Hello everyone, welcome to our session 2 of Unit 1 Teaching Aptitude. So, question number 1. Teaching can be best defined as a process of memorization, a purposeful direction of learning process, an activity of transferring knowledge only, an informal way of imparting information. So, teaching is not just giving information, it also involves planning, direction, and management in order to attain learning goals. So, that will be option B. It's a purposeful direction of learning process. Next, question number 2. Informal teaching usually takes place in dash school, colleges, families and communities, universities. So, informal teaching occurs outside the school or any institution. So, they occur naturally within families or sometimes communities, example, homeschooling. So, that will be option C, families and communities. In instructor centered teaching, the primary responsibility of evaluation lies with dash learner, instructor, parents, community. So the teacher controls both content and evaluation when it comes to instructor centered teaching. So the primary responsibility of evaluation always lies with the teacher or the instructor. That will be option B. Next is question number 4. Learner-centered teaching focuses on dash. Only teachers lecture, individual learners' needs and style, rote memorization, only classroom discipline. So when it comes to learner-centered teaching, it emphasizes on the interest, abilities, and learning style of students. So it focuses on individual learners' needs and style. So that will be option B. Now, question number 5. Which of the following is not the characteristics of teaching? Teaching is continuous. Teaching is both art and science. Teaching always takes place in a fixed environment. Teaching involves different levels. So, teaching occurs in a fixed environment is a wrong statement. Teaching always occurs in a dynamic environment. So, among the given, which is not the characteristics of teaching, will be option C, because teaching always takes place in a fixed environment is a wrong statement. Now, question number 6. The first level of teaching is dash reflective level, understanding level, memory level, analytical level. So, the levels of memory teaching, Herbert proposed memory level of teaching, which emphasize mainly on rote learning, and that is considered to be the first level of teaching. So that will be option C, memory level. Now, question number 7. The proponent of memory level of teaching is dash Morrison, Hunt, Herbert, Skinner. So that is Herbert. Herbert emphasized rote memorization at the lowest level of teaching, which is the first level of teaching. So that is option C. Now, question number 8. The understanding level of teaching was proposed by whom? Herbert, Morrison, Hunt, Bloom. So, Morrison developed ULT. ULT means understanding level of teaching, and that emphasized mainly on insights and comprehension. So, that will be option B, Morrison. Now, the highest level of teaching is dash memory level, understanding level, reflective level, none of these. So, Hunt proposed reflective level of teaching where learners are self-motivated and analytical. So, that will be option C, reflective level. That is the highest level of teaching. Now, in reflective level of teaching, the teacher's role is dash. So question number 10, in reflective level of teaching, the teacher's role is dash. Primary, secondary, passive, neutral. So in RLT, that is reflexive level of teaching, students are primary and teachers acts as a guide or a facilitator. So teacher is having a secondary role. That will be option B. Now question number 11, education primarily refers to dash delivery of content, change in behavior through experience, acceptance of beliefs uncritically, memorization of fact. So, education is always the process of acquiring knowledge, skills, values, and habits. So, among the given, it will be option B, change in behavior through experience. Now, question number 12. Instruction differ from education because it mainly refers to dash training in values, delivery of subject matter, skill development, informal learning. So, instruction focuses on structured delivery of content by a teacher. So, instruction differs from education because it's the delivery of subject matter. Next is question number 13. The process of developing specific useful competencies is called indoctrination, training, learning, syllabus. So, the process of developing useful competency is like giving training and helps the teachers to develop their competency. So, training develops specific skills and knowledge for practical competencies. So, answer will be option B, training. Now, question number 14. A syllabus is best defined as dash, a course of study designed by authorities, a descriptive academic document communicating the course info, a teaching strategy, a type of indoctrination. So, syllabus always includes course details, expectations, and evaluation methods and learning outcome. So, it's a descriptive academic document communicating the course information. So, that will be option B. Now, question number 15. Curriculum refers to dash. Teachers not, a set of unplanned experiences, course of study developed by school authorities, only textbooks. So, curriculum is the broader planned course of the study for learners. So, it is the course of study developed by school authorities. That will be option C. Now, indoctrination is the process of dash. Question number 16. Indoctrination is the process of dash. Training for specific skill, teaching to think critically, teaching beliefs uncritically, evaluating knowledge. So, indoctrination always discourages critical thinking. It is the acceptance of a fixed norms. So, that will be option C, teaching beliefs uncritically, teaching the trainers some norms without being so critical about it is called indoctrination. Next, question number 17. Which of the following is a teacher-centered method? Group discussion, lecture method, brainstorming, project method. So, teacher-centered method. In lecture method, it's teacher-centered where learners are passive listeners and teachers are actively facilitating. So, that will be option B, lecture method. Now, question number 18. Team teaching is characterized by dash. Individual instruction, two or more teachers planning and teaching together, only student participation, use of visual aid. So, in team teaching, teachers collaborate with each other in planning, teaching, and evaluating. So, that will be option B, two or more teachers planning and teaching together. Now, question number 19. Which teaching method is based on the principle learning by doing? Lecture method, project method, indoctrination, programmed instruction. So, that will be project method. Teaching method that is based on the principle learning by doing is project method because it emphasizes student involvement in real world task. Now, question number 20. Brainstorming is mainly used for dash. Rote memorization, generating creative ideas, testing factual knowledge, indoctrination. So, brainstorming always encourages group creativity and problem solving. So, it's mainly used for generating creative ideas. That will be option B. Now, case study method develops dash critical thinking and research skills, memorization ability, indoctrination, only communication. So, when it comes to case study method, they enhances the analysis, evaluation, and problem solving approach. So, case study method always develops critical thinking and research skills. Next is question number 22. Programmed instruction was discovered by whom? Morrison, Sidney L. Pressey, Hunt, Armstrong. So, programmed instructions always uses step-by-step sequence or step-by-step programming for self-learning, and this was proposed by Sidney L. Pressey, option B. Next, question number 23. Heuristic method was proposed by dash. Pressey, Armstrong, Hunt, Herbert. So, Dr. H.E. Armstrong, he proposed heuristic approach which emphasizes on discovery of subject. Next is question number 24. audio aids includes dash among the given: maps, blackboards, tape recorder, charts. So that's of course tape recorder, because audio aids relies on sense of hearing like radio, tape recorder, etc. Question number 25. Visual aids includes dash radio, charts and maps, tape recorder, language laboratory. So visual aids are those aids which appeals to sight: charts, blackboards, flashcards, maps, etc. So that will be option B. Now, question number 26. Audio visual aids includes dash radio, blackboard, film projector, flashcards. So, audio visual aids is the combination of hearing and sight. So, it's like TV, projector, computer, and all. So, that will be option C, film projector. Now, question number 27. Language laboratory is an example of dash audio aid, visual aid, audio visual aid, textbook. So, language labs primarily focus on listening and pronunciation practice. So that will be option A, audio aid. Now, question number 28. A good textbook should carry dash, contain only factual data, ignore learner's background, provide clear content, logical structure and exercises, then replace teaching. So a good textbook teaches, tests and guides learning. So that will be option C, providing clear content, logical structure, and exercises. Now, question number 29. The main objective of using teaching learning materials, that is TLMs, are dash make teachers' work easier, replace the role of teachers, enhance students' understanding and participation, reduce classroom interaction. So, TLMs or teaching learning materials makes learning engaging, permanent and student-centered. So that will be option C, enhances students' understanding and participation. Now, question number 30. Which of the following is not an objective of teaching learning materials? Relating teaching to real life situation, making students active participants, saving teachers effort and time, replacing critical thinking with indoctrination. So TLMs, that is teaching learning materials, always promote engagement and real life learning. It's not about blind beliefs. So, among the given, which is not an objective of TLM, will be option D, that is replacing critical thinking with indoctrination. Is not an objective of TLMs. So, next we move on to the part 2 of this session. It's about Bloom's taxonomy. So, the first question. Bloom's taxonomy 1956 primarily classifies learning objectives into dash 2 domains, 3, 4 or 5 domains. So it's 3 domains. Right? Bloom identifies it learning objectives as 3 domains: cognitive domain, affective domain, and psychomotor domain. So cognitive domain is aligned with thinking, affective with feeling, and psychomotor with skills. Now, question number 2. Which of the following represents the original order of the cognitive domain in Bloom's taxonomy 1956? So different arrangements are given. So we have to find which represents the original order of cognitive domain. So Bloom's original order of cognitive domain was explained in the year 1956, and they placed synthesis before evaluation. In the revised edition, that is in 2001, they swapped the order of synthesis and evaluation. So the correct answer among the given one is option B, knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. So that will be option B. Next is question number 3. In Anderson and Krathwohl's revision, that is held in 2001, the highest category in the cognitive domain is dash. Options: evaluation, creating, synthesis, analysis. So in the revised taxonomy, creating replaced synthesis, and that was placed as the top level above evaluation. So answer is option B, creating. So cognitive domain is related to thinking and mental skills, which have 6 major categories according to Bloom, that is knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. In the revised Bloom's taxonomy by Anderson and Krathwohl, in 2001, the cognitive domain categories are remembering, understanding, applying, analyzing, evaluating, and creating. Creating is the highest level in the revised classification. Next, question number 4. Which of the following is not a part of affective domain? Receiving, responding, valuing, applying. So, applying belongs to cognitive domain. The affective domain consists of receiving, responding, valuing, organization, and characterization. So, here the among the given which is not a part of affective domain is option D, applying. Next, question number 5. The psychomotor domain is most directly related to dash. Options are emotional maturity, physical coordination and execution, critical analysis, knowledge recall. So, psychomotor always involves movements, skills, speed, precision, and technique. So, that will be option B, physical coordination and execution. Next one. Question number 6. Which process is correct for affective domain? So different processes are given as 4 options. So this is the hierarchical process in affective domain. So it is receive, respond, value, organize, and characterize. This is the hierarchical processing of affective domain. So that will be option A. Next, question number 7. Student classify, compare, and differentiate between the types of ecosystem. So this corresponds to which cognitive level? Remembering, understanding, analyzing, applying. So the verb classifying or comparing or differentiating always refers to breaking down the information into parts. So this is analyzing. So that will be option C, analyzing. Now, question number 8. Designing a new curriculum for digital classrooms. This belongs to which revised Bloom's level? Evaluating, applying, creating, understanding. So, designing or constructing something new is a part of creating. So, the highest cognitive process is creating. So, that will be option C, creating. Now, question number 9. A teacher asks students to recall the definition of phonology and morphology. So, this reflects which level in the Bloom's taxonomy? Remembering, understanding, analyzing, applying. So, here simple recalling of facts or a simple recalling of concept is remembering. This is the lowest cognitive level of Bloom's taxonomy. So, it is option A, remembering. Now, question number 10. The affective domain category, that is valuing, means dash. Giving passive attention, expressing preference and showing commitment to values, organizing information into categories, memorizing rules. So, valuing means accepting something, appreciating, or committing to an idea, object, or behavior. In that case, it will be option B, expressing the preference and showing commitment to values. Now, question number 11. Which of the following statement best reflects the psychomotor domain? A student solving algebraic equation, a student performing a science experiment with precision, a student debating social issue, a student reflect on ethical dilemmas. So, a student performing science experiment with precision will be reflecting a psychomotor domain because it involves skill execution and physical coordination. Now, question number 12. In revised Bloom's taxonomy, evaluating is defined as dash. Options are generating new ideas, making judgments based on criteria and standards, explaining concepts in own words, recalling factual information. So, evaluation always involves checking, critiquing, and judging information. So, that will be option B, making judgments based on criteria and standards. Next, question number 13. Characterization in the affective domain refers to dash. Willingness to listen, responding emotionally, fully internalizing values into behavior, organizing new information. So, characterization in the affective domain, that is the highest level, learners integrate values. So, they become the part of their personality. So, that is option C, internalizing value into behavior. So, characterization in the affective domain means internalizing values into personal behavior. Now, question number 14. Bloom's taxonomy is important for teachers mainly because of dash. Options are It provides fixed textbook, classifies learning outcomes hierarchically, eliminates curriculum planning, focuses on memorization. So, Bloom's taxonomy guides learning objectives, assessment, and teaching strategies. So, that will be option B, classifies learning outcomes hierarchically. Now, question number 15. Which of the following is an example of applying in a cognitive domain? Writing an essay comparing two theories, using a mathematical formula to solve a real problem, listing key concepts from a chapter, creating a new experiment. So, applying involves using learned knowledge in new situation. Applying our knowledge in a new situation. So that will be option B, using a mathematical formula to solve a personal problem. So that will be option B. Now question number 16, the movement from lower to higher categories in Bloom's taxonomy is based on dash, linear memorization, hierarchical complexity, teacher's preference, only skill-based progression. So, the movement from lower to higher category in Bloom's taxonomy, each category requires mastery of the previous one. So, it is from simple to complex. That is how it's arranged. So, it will be option B, hierarchical complexity. Now, question number 17, which of the following is the correct pair of the given examples? So, domain and examples are given. You have to match the following. Cognitive, memorizing multiplication table, affective, solving equation, psychomotor, writing a critical essay, cognitive, practicing yoga posture. So among the one, which one is correct? So memorization is cognitive. When it comes to equation, that is also cognitive. But when it comes to yoga, it's psychomotor. And essay is also cognitive or affective mix. So here it will be option A, cognitive, memorizing multiplication table. So that is option A. Now, question number 18. Students argue why a particular teaching method is more effective than another. So, this belongs to dash. Analyzing, evaluating, creating, understanding. So, arguing or judging the effectiveness of the teaching or the teaching method. That is a kind of evaluation. So, that will be option B, evaluating. Now, question number 19. Which is the correct chronological order of the process of cognitive domains? So, different orders are given. We have to select which is the correct chronological order of cognitive domain. So, the learning process moves from knowledge recall to higher order thinking. So, in that case, it will be option B, remembering, understanding, applying, analyzing, synthesizing, or creating, and then finally evaluating. So, that will be option B. Now, question number 20. Precision, speed, distance, execution. These are the key words associated with dash domain. So, cognitive domain, affective domain, psychomotor domain, evaluative domain. So, when it comes to precision, speed, distance, execution and all, these describe motor skills or the coordination or physical movement and execution. So, it is option C, psychomotor domain.